Hello, today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to complete a good trade. Well, first off, you need to have a limited item. To get a limited item, you need to go through the catalog, and there are there's always items that are in the shop that they're not, they're just they're items that will stick in your inventory, but they aren't limited. You can't trade them. If the item has no limited symbol, like right here, see this limited symbol right here? If it doesn't have this limited symbol, that means it can't be traded. So right here it says, so some items, they can have a certain amount of items of that item in circulation, but some items, they start off like, okay, so let's find a good example. Okay, so some items, they start off as a regular item. They're for sale. So this one, it's 5,000 Robux. Like this item, it's not gonna do you any good unless it eventually goes limited. Like this item has been taken off sale a few times now, as I can remember. But like, if you're just buying items that are in the catalog that aren't limited, you need to know that the chances of it becoming limited are very slim. So when you want to trade, you have to always think about investments. Like there's always going to be the sale that people jump on for spending their Robux, and I'm just going to tell you right now, if you want to become a good trader and you're on a budget, just skip these items. Don't buy any non-limited items. And the best time to buy items are on sales. So as I'm recording this video, we are in I believe some kind of President's Day sale. I can't recall, but there's a sale. It's getting bigger, and as you can see, a lot of the items, I can put up an example. Let's say Shaggy. A lot of the items are kind of dropping in price because of this sale. See, it was stable at around like 300, like 320. It was stable at around 320, but after the sale, the item just dropped to like 282 as the wrap, and like the current recent average price is 274. So yeah, just take note. If you're wanting to buy limited items, the best time to buy them are in the big sales. So, what items do you want to start out with? Well, if you're on a budget, I would try, so find the collectibles tab, search collectible accessories, and you want to find the best deals. So to do that, you just want to go to price low to high. See, a lot of these items, they're not that high right now, but some of them, they will eventually go back up. And you don't always want to think about this when you start out, but you want to pick the best looking cheap item. So in that case, I think it would be Shaggy, but there are a lot of items here that can be tradable. Like it's not impossible to trade them, but Shaggy just it looks good, so people want it, even though it's so low in price. So let's say I were to start off with Shaggy. What would I do next? Well, I would when it comes to items that are lower than 1000 wrap, you just want a wrap trade. And what is wrap? Wrap is the recent average price. And the item will always have the recent average price displayed. If you click onto the item, you just scroll down, it will show you the recent average price. And another thing to take note of is this very nice price chart. It shows you all of what it's trending at, the price that it's trending at, and that can be very helpful. So it can show you 30 days, which in my opinion is the most useful because it can get you a good idea of how that item is doing. And then there's 90 days, which is basically 180 days, just a little bit lower. And one more thing, see this price, these little ticks that are going up and down. That is also very useful. This shows you how many times the item has been sold in, like, I think it's a day, but I know it's a standard increment of time, and it gives you a good idea of how much that item is selling. So this item, I would think it doesn't sell well because see how it's only trending at about, I would say maybe 10 or 15 sales a day, maybe lower. And for an item that is this cheap, it's not worth it. Like there's no demand. It doesn't look good. The price is not going to go skyrocketing for an item that doesn't look good. So you always want to make a good investment into your first item. So, let's say that you have finally gotten out of the range of trading wrap items, and you want to upgrade into something that's called a valued item, as I like to call it. And the best way to know the value of the item is through this website. Most people like to use it. It's called rbx.rocks. In rbx.rocks, it will tell you the values of about every single item. And if an item doesn't have a value, let's say Shaggy, if an item doesn't have a value, see it says not valued, you would go by the wrap as 280. That will tell you how much the real value is if the value is not there. Like rbx.rocks gives values to items that are stable and they are mostly in demand. They don't always have to be in demand, but they have a stable value. So let's find a good example of a low demand item that has a value. Okay, this is a big item. Okay, here. Most of the big items, they are very low demand because no one really buys them because there's so much Robux, the average user can't buy them. So the demand is low. You can't really get a good idea of how much this item is really valued at, but this website will help you out a lot. They will ask other users how much value they had to give for this item. And look, the value is 60,000. So if you were to be a big trader and you have enough value, you know how much it's worth, 60,000. Now let's get on to some of the more common valued items. So a good example would be sinister branches. Sinister branches is one of the most common items that has good demand and good value. Right now the wrap is kind of slumping just because of the sale. So right over here on this chart, it's similar to the Roblox price chart, but this one is even better in my opinion. This will show you how much it's being sold for each. I think on this chart it varies, but it will tell you the increment of time, which is I'm guessing it's like every 4 to 7 days. But you can see that the price has crashed a lot, like a considerable amount. So it has been like trending at around, I would say, maybe 2,300. But then the price drop to so much. Well, I wouldn't fear because like there's a sale going on. So people want to get rid of the items so they can buy some of the newer items. So yeah, that covers that. And for let's say you have multiple sinister branches, but you want to get a bigger item. That is called upgrading. When you want to turn multiple items into one item, that is called upgrading. So let's say I don't want Sinister Branches anymore, but I have like 3 of them. I want to upgrade. Well, in that case, let's find a bigger item. Okay, let's say Neon Green Beautiful Hair. This item is valued at 8,000. And you have 3 Sinisters. Well, if you do the math, 3 times 3, or 3 times 3,000, is 9,000 value. No one is going to exchange 3 Sinisters, so 9,000, for another item that's valued at 9,000. You want to know why? Because no one likes to have a bunch of smaller items. People like to have bigger items. And they want you to overpay for that item in order to get it. And Neon Green Beautiful Hair, it's valued at 8,000, but you don't want to be spending 1,000 extra value to get this item. Like, no one wants to do that. So in that case, I would try adding in, I would make the other person add in something of like a smaller item that's worth around like, let's say 1,000. For this, the value, if you know that item is consistently valued at, let's say, for Chill Cap, we can see how much it's really trending at in like the past couple of days. It's been trending at around 850 to 900. And you see that crash in the price due to the sale. So, for this item, I would value it at 900. You don't have to be dependent on rbx.rocks to tell you the value. I would value this at, let's say, like 900. You don't want to value it at 1,000 because that's just out of reach for a wrap item. So maybe you could get the other person to give you Chill Cap and Neon for your Sinisters. That would be a win because you're not only upgrading, but you're getting a good item with good demand. See, the demand is amazing. And amazing demand items, they are very likely for people to overpay for them because people like items that look good on them. Like Chill Cap, the average person, I think they would like this item, but for most people, they would pass on it. But a lot of the smaller traders, they like Chill Cap, and that can get you a lot of overpays. And now I want to go over some of the trades that I have done and show you how I trade. Let's review these trades that are inbound for me. So I've got a trade coming in from Death Metal, and he has sent me 3 Sinister Branches for my Neon Green Beautiful Hair. Straight off the bat, I know I'm gonna decline this because 3 Sinister Branches equals 9K, but Neon Green Beautiful Hair is worth 8,000. So I would actually reconsider that. I think that this might actually be a win. But the thing is, I want to wait until the sale is over to see how much the wrap changes on these items. Because sometimes, although you are getting a 1,000 value, you're getting 1,000 value back. So Neon Green is worth 8,000, but you see Sinister is slumping at 1,800 as the average price. So if Sinister were to not recover, I would say that the value would be 2,500 instead of 3,000. So let's add that up. So 2,500, 5,000, 7,500. And if you see there, this is not a win if you were to value these at 2,500. Because Neon, you're downgrading, and I can tell you what downgrading is after this, but you are giving away 500 value, which it's not worth it. So this trade, I would hold on to it, but I wouldn't accept it or decline it right away. Because this trade may have some upside if Sinister were to recover. But yeah, that's that trade. Now for Lacking Razor. He asked for my 300 Robux, my Noob Assist Sandwich Scramble, for his festive narwhal and his shaggy. Well, right off the bat, you kind of think that I'm getting a win by trading these two. But the thing about selling items is that you only get 70% of what you listed at. And 300 Robux, I would say 300 Robux, if you were to equate that into value, a lot of traders value Robux at 30% more than what it actually is. So I would say that I'm getting back. I'd have to give him around 400 value plus this noob assist, which is we can check the average price, which is 305. I don't know if this is a win because this narwhal it fluctuates a lot. Like it dropped a lot. This shaggy it dropped a lot. If this item were to recover, I would say this is a great win. Like I would accept this. But yeah, some of the trades that you get inbound, you want to keep them until you see the right moment that it looks like a straightforward win. You don't want to jump at trades just because currently it looks like a win. You want to hold on to them. Now, I'm going to show you some of my completed trades. So I'll show you some of my recent trades. This was a trade between A12, A1100, sorry. I'm just going to call him A12 Charlie. He asked for my Thrill Seeker and my Shaggy. Right off the bat, I know this is a win. It's an upgrade. And look at the wrap. This one is valued at 807, and these two items are valued at 609 wrap combined. So not only is it an upgrade, but I'm getting more wrap. So this is a win, no matter what. Now let's go in from a trade from Sinatra. At the time, I would say this probably was a win for both of us. But now, this is a win for me. Like, I already know. Super Happy Face, although the wrap is a bit down right now, I know this item is valued at 15k. Thrill Seeker, he gave me this. This was like a throw-in. I asked him for it. So, this is around 15,000 plus 300. So, 15,300 value that I received. I only had to give him my legit, perfectly legitimate business hat, which is valued at 7k, and my neon green beautiful hair. At the time, this item was valued at 9k before the value was dropped to 8k. So, 8k plus 7k is 15. So not only am I getting an upgrade, but I'm also getting Thrill Seeker, which is about, I would value it at like 300. Yeah, 300 wrap or value. And this is a win, no doubt. I think this is a win. Because this is a good demand trade. I'm getting back amazing demand, and although I gave him amazing demand, I'm getting the upgrade, and I'm getting that little throw-in. Okay, this trade was a while ago, but I think it's still worth going over. See, beautiful space hair is a great item because it gets so many OPs that it's crazy. He gave me Catching Snowflakes, which is valued at 3,500, plus Red Serious Scar, which the wrap is usually 3k, but I'm gonna say that it's 2,700 wrap right now. Yeah, I think I could say that. So that is 3,500 plus 2,700. So if we can do some math, 3 and 2, 5, 7 and 5, 12. So 600 and 200, 6,200 value that I received. And that's a win, no matter what. Because although this is a downgrade, which is like, so for downgrades, you turn one item into multiple items. You want to always get a value win. If you are downgrading a good demand item for good demand items but you're not getting a value in, decline the trade. Just don't do it. But yeah, there are a lot of videos on downgrading, but downgrading is one of the keys to your success. You always want to get overpaid when it comes to downgrading your items. And then you want to upgrade for cheaper. That's how you get that profit. And even if it's just like 500 value that you're profiting, it always helps. Because you want to be able to upgrade for less and downgrade for more. And some items, you need to know the market. You need to know how much they go for, how much overpay they get. So if we saw that trade earlier that we got on Neon, he was overpaying by 1,000 value. So right off the bat, you know that Neon will get more than 500 value overpay. So that's just out of the question. You are not going to be accepting any 500 value overpays on Neon, because it's worth more than that. So yeah, that's my my summary on my trades. And one of the best places to go to get trades is Trade Hangout. Trade Hangout is it's a game where you go on, you get to trade with other users. So I'll show you what it looks like. So here's Trade Hangout. Oh, well, that guy's being a little bit annoying. Let's turn off the volume. So here's Trade Hangout. You get to go in with other users, you socialize, you ask to trade, and it's good. You get to trade with other people without having to just go on their profile and not even know if they're going to accept your trade. You get to come up with a deal and you can finalize it. So yeah, Trade Hangout is really good. Currently, I think Trade Hangout's having a glitch, but in Trade Hangout, there would always be the person's wrap displayed over their name. And if you go onto this little tab right here, it would show their items and the wrap of their items. And right now it's kind of glitched and it's not showing my items and my wrap, but usually it will show those. And it works very well for trading. And yeah, that's Trade Hangout. Alright, so that concludes my little trading guide. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment in my in the video. And if you like this content, I'm gonna be making more videos. And yeah, just leave me some ideas and peace.